Rain fell in cold, whispering sheets over the neon-lit alleys of Virex 9, a city where humans and aliens mingled, but only in business, never in heart. Eli Drake walked with his collar up, boots splashing through puddles, the glow of a dozen alien brothels reflecting on the wet streets. He hated himself for being there. A former mechanic from the Terran frontier, he'd come to Virex 9 after the wars, carrying nothing but guilt, broken hands, and too many memories of those he couldn't save. He just wanted to feel something again, even for a night. He stopped outside the Velvet Nebula. The sign shimmered in violet letters, promising companionship from across the stars. Just one night, Eli muttered. Then I'll leave this place for good. Inside, the air smelled faintly of ozone and perfume. Alien women lounged in glass chambers, their skin patterned, scaled, or softly glowing. A clerk greeted him, mechanical voice, polite smile. What species preference? The clerk asked. Eli rubbed his face. I don't care. Just someone. Quiet. The clerk's metallic fingers tapped a tablet. Room 47B, model Lyran, name Sierra, payment up front. He slid his last few credits across the counter. When the door hissed open, Eli froze. She was sitting on the edge of the bed, small, silver-skinned, with deep amethyst eyes that shimmered like stars seen through tears. Her long white hair flowed down to her bare shoulders, a soft glow pulsing beneath her skin as if her heart beat with light. You're the human, she said softly. Her voice was melodic but weary. Yeah, Eli said, closing the door behind him. Guess so. She smiled faintly, though it didn't reach her eyes. You paid for the night. What would you like me to be? He swallowed hard. The words stuck in his throat. Just sit with me. Talk. Sierra blinked, confused. Talk? Yeah, I don't want... He gestured vaguely. That. Just company. She tilted her head, curious. Most humans want only one thing from me. Eli gave a humorless chuckle. I'm not most humans. They sat together for hours talking. She told him of her home world. Lyra, a place of silver forests and luminous seas, now conquered. Its people sold as companions to wealthy humans. I was captured when I was 16, she said quietly. They said we're valuable because our touch calms the human mind. Our light releases endorphins, but they never asked if we wanted to be used. Eli's chest tightened. You ever tried to escape? Once, she said. They implanted a neural tag. If I leave the district, I die. He clenched his fists. That's slavery. To them, she murmured, it's commerce. As the night deepened, the rain outside turned to mist. She leaned against him, her light dimming with exhaustion. You could sleep, Eli said softly. I'm not allowed to sleep when a client is here. Well, he said, pulling the thin blanket around her shoulders. Then I'll keep watch. Rest anyway, her eyes fluttered closed. You're strange, human. Been called worse, he whispered. When she slept, her glow softened like a small moon resting beside him. Eli sat awake the whole night, staring at her and feeling something he hadn't felt since before the war. Peace. At dawn, when the lights of Virex 9 flickered back on, Sierra stirred. Time's up, she said, voice trembling. You should go before the handlers come. Eli rose reluctantly. Yeah, he hesitated. Sierra, what happens if someone buys your contract? She looked away. Then I belong to them, legally forever. He swallowed. What would it take to buy you? Her eyes widened. Why would you ask that? Because I don't think I can walk away. Later that morning, Eli was back at the counter of the Velvet Nebula, heart pounding. I want to purchase her contract, he said. The clerk looked up, surprised. You can't afford that. Lyran's fetch over 80,000 credits. She's property of Kesson Holdings. I can work, Eli said quickly. Mechanic. Best you'll find in this district. Let me earn it, the clerk snorted. You think sentiment pays debts? Move along, human. But Eli didn't move. Then tell your boss I'm not leaving. The mechanical eyes flickered, assessing him. You'll regret this. Eli spent the next week fixing ships, generators, even broken street drones. Anything to earn credits. He didn't sleep much. Every night, he walked past the glass walls of the Velvet Nebula, catching glimpses of Sierra behind the glass, her smile fading more each day. Finally, on the 9th night, he had enough to make an offer, barely a tenth of her value. But he went anyway. The manager, a bloated alien with gold rings embedded in his skin, laughed. You want the lirin? For this? Eli's jaw tightened. That's all I've got. But I'll work for you free until it's paid, the manager grinned. Why should I agree? Because I can fix your engines, your ships, your security drones, and because if you don't, I'll tell everyone in this sector that your companions are dying from overuse. I've seen the bruises. The grin faded. You'd blackmail me? I'd free her, Eli said. The alien leaned back, studying him. Fine, she's yours. But if you can't pay off the rest in 3 months, she comes back. No refunds. Eli signed without hesitation. When he returned to room 47B, Sierra was waiting. She looked up, startled as he approached. You came back. He handed her a small glowing data chip. Your contract. It's paid, well, part of it. But you're free now. The tag's deactivated. She stared at him, trembling. You bought me? He nodded. No, I freed you, her voice broke. Why? You don't even know me. Eli smiled sadly. Because I know what it's like to belong to someone else's war. Sierra's hands shook as she reached for him. What will happen now? You come with me, he said. If you want. There's a shipyard outside the city, needs a mechanic. I could use a partner. Tears shimmered in her violet eyes. You don't have to love me for what I was made for. I don't, he said. I love you for who you are when you're not what they made you. They left Virex 9 together that night, the rain falling soft behind them. For weeks, they worked side by side, repairing engines in a dusty old hangar on the outskirts of the system. Sierra learned to weld, to laugh, to live without fear. Eli learned that healing didn't come from running away, but from protecting something worth staying for. Sometimes, when the stars burned bright, she would touch his arm, her glow faint but warm. I used to think light was meant to be owned, she said one night. Now I know it's meant to be shared. Eli brushed her hair back. Guess that makes me the luckiest mechanic in the galaxy, she smiled. And for the first time, her eyes held no sadness, only quiet wonder. Months later, traders passing through the sector spoke of a human and an alien woman who ran a tiny shipyard on a forgotten moon. They said the ships leaving that yard always ran smoother, brighter, as if touched by something more than skill. Some said the Lyran woman's light had fused with the human's heart, and those who'd once sold her whispered in fearful awe that the man who bought her for love was the only one who ever truly understood what freedom meant. Because one night with the alien girl had been all he thought he wanted. But letting her go had never been an option.